On today's episode of Anish Thing, we are talking about black t-shirts for men. Well, it's really hard to find black t-shirts. It may sound really simple, but yeah, and this is one conversation we have a lot in office. So I have four people from my Swami team here on this episode. And all we're going to do is discuss black t-shirts because we end up discussing a lot of this in office. And I think after years and years and years of struggle, we finally figured out what brands we like and don't like. And thankfully, there are quite a few options in India now. So we have a few criterias for this episode, or the brands that we talk about. A, the brands have to be available in India. So we are looking at products available in the Indian market. They could be Indian, they could be imported. That's not a problem. And the other filter is that we're looking at predominantly black t-shirts, so no prints. uh, a logo is fine as long as it's a black on black or a matte black on black sort of a logo, but not a white logo, even if it's small. So these are the two filters we're going to apply for this episode, and we'll get to it right after these short messages. Welcome to the podcast, gentlemen. So I'll do a quick round of introductions. I have Jivitesh with me in the studio. Jivitesh looks after sales at Swami. There's
Hi.
Joy. Joy heads sales for India.
Hello.
You can peep into my mm, camera also. There's Abhijit. Abhijit looks after everything digital. So if you've ever interacted with us online, that's all him.
Hi, everyone.
And then from his home, we have Sahil, who's the CEO and my co-founder at Swami.
Hello, hello.
So of course, apart from us, all of us working at Swami, the common link is our interest in black t-shirts. As cliched as it sounds, I think black t-shirts is our default uniform at Swami, and it's very unusual to see any one of us wear a color t-shirt and show up. So this is a conversation we have had a lot in office about, which kind of brands or any new brands that we've discovered, because as simple as it sounds, finding a good black t-shirt is really a task. So I spoke about the filters earlier in the introduction, so I think all of us are very clear on that.
Yep.
Let's jump into, I think, each one of us what our struggles have been. And just to be clear, we have people of different age groups. We have people of different fits, sizes. So we have a good demographic of men on the show. Abjin, you want to start with your struggles about a black T-shirt?
In fact, before the struggle, I'd say that one of the first few conversations I had at Swami was about finding a black T-shirt. We were all drinking some beers at Woodside at the area. I think it was my first weekend, and the first conversation I had was about black T-shirts. So I was like, okay, I've come to the right place. All right. So like, I mean, the toughest thing about finding a black T-shirt, and primarily for me, is that I like buying online. I don't want to go to a store. I don't think stores, like most things that I'm getting at a store, are matching with the personality that I want. So I'm always looking at what do they do online, and that kind of stops me from a lot of different brands. One of the things that you had mentioned, that there has to be no logo. That's, I remember, ever since a kid I've had that issue. Like every time I would find a black t-shirt, there would be one little crocodile, there would be one little something else, one tennis racket, and I'm just like, no, why can't you just make just a plain black t-shirt? That's the first struggle.
I
uh,
think I think I'll just jump in here and I'll also say that sometimes what you see is not what you get.
yeah.
You will get a T-shirt delivered to your house, and you'll suddenly realize that hey, this has a small logo peeking out somewhere which was not in the pictures. That's an even bigger disappointment and task.
I have other issues with online stuff. We're going to get into an online D2C rant, I guess, but it's about when I look at a lot of brands for t-shirts, right? And right now, at least I get ads left, right, and center. And I'm assuming after this recording and us talking about black t-shirts,
We're
uh,
definitely getting more ads.
Yeah,
exactly, we're
phones
just
are
going to
listening.
get more ads. A lot of them will say the same stuff, right? World's softest or India's softest, and all of that kind of stuff. And when you actually get it, yeah, it's a completely different product and quality. So for Abhijit, logo has been a big pain point. I think that I share that commonality. What about you, Chivi?
So for me, the biggest struggle has been the size, right? So finding the right size comes first, as a big guy, that we discussed earlier, because not everybody even defines the size the same way. Like we might all feel that a 2XL or a 3XL should be standard, But when you actually click on size measurement, or you understand the nitty gritties of that, you will see that the chest size, the fit, the regular fit, slim fit for a 2XL versus a 3XL, and also with multiple brands is very different, right? So some might even qualify a 3XL into a 34 chest inch, wherein somebody might take it to a 51, and it's very, like, how do you get to know that, what to pick and what not? So the way logo has been a problem for him, I think for me predominantly was the size, um, and logo as well. But I think I could give that in. But size was a huge uh, factor to key in.
I think size is something Sal was also talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, finding the right size. I used to be a 3XL. I'm no longer a 3XL. That's some saving grace there, that it's slightly easier to find the right t-shirts now. But yeah, I mean, then once you get into that size game, now it's all about a compromise. You have to compromise somewhere. Whether you compromise for a, and it's usually, you may end up compromising because it has a logo, so you have to be fine with it. Or the other thing that you have to compromise is the length of the t-shirt, because the moment you go big size, everybody assumes that you are a tall and big guy, so your lengths of the t-shirt start getting longer and longer. It's just bizarre how sizing works in our country. There is no standards out there. And with with uh, the whole oversized culture coming in now, there has been a big push towards slim fits earlier. So we've just gone from one extreme to the other. There is no in between. As a big guy, you already always struggled with finding a regular fit because everything was slim fit. Now you struggle to find a regular fit because everything is oversized.
Oversized.
Yeah, for me, I
Understood.
think I've gone through my black t-shirt journey of, let's say, the last 5 years I can remember.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff available were regular or rather slim fits,
Hmm.
and now it's just like the standard de facto has become an oversized fit, which I personally like.
Yeah.
Uh, Looks like you've
Yeah.
lost weight immediately, and it's great.
As as somebody representing the thinner sizes here, I will say this. Even though we had the slim fit culture come in, it's not like all skinny people got the right sizes. Like if like one of the things that I always had an issue with in terms of a fit, if the length was good, my arms, the t-shirt would just end here. I don't know if audio listeners will get it, but it would just end at half the
Cap
bicep.
sleeves, cap
and
sleeves.
Cap
and
sleeves. Yeah.
as a skinny guy, I am not very confident doing that. So like even as a skinny guy, I would always wear like a size up or a size two sizes up, so that just so that my arms are like covered properly. So yeah, not necessarily the skinny fit
I think those
was
fits were
preferred by
called the
skinny people.
muscle fit, right? Muscle fit t-shirts are the ones with
I'm
shorter
I'm
sleeves.
I'm I'm guilty of getting quite a few of those back in the day. I stay in Lokhandwala, so yeah.
Yeah, that explains
For,
it.
for me, recently there was a sizing problem where I made a mistake and I ordered a wrong size at Uniqlo, and when it came, it actually fit beautifully, but the length was almost like a crop top sort of a vibe. I was like, "There's something definitely wrong here," and then I realized I had ordered a small, but that small was otherwise so oversized that it fit me perfectly fine in terms of chest and sleeve, everything, but only the length was an issue.
Sure, you didn't just look for crop top because it sounds like that.
No, sir, I did not.
No, I remember the day that me and Anish were having this conversation because we were wearing the same T-shirt,
Yeah.
Mm.
and he was like, "Oh, why is it like not short on you? It's not like we're very different in terms of our height."
Mm.
So I was like, "No, this fits perfectly. I don't know why your sleeve is so fit to you because mine is very oversized and loose and roomy. I don't know. Maybe it was the biceps version of Anish that was getting the T-shirt, but later he figured out that it's the smaller sizes, which is just insane." Like that could oversized t-shirt just going a size down is fitting you as like the older version of an Armani tight t-shirt.
Yeah. Oh man, those Armani tight t-shirt days. Joy, what about you?
I think for me, this whole black T-shirt thing though came very later on. I think if I think Anish knows me earlier than the Swami days, I think I had some color in my life at that point. I think for me, T-shirts were more important only from a perspective of fit. I think I've gone through the whole phase of Chinese collars and collared T-shirts, stripes. I think maybe just plain colors of all kinds, but I just didn't like anything that was fitting me well. I think for me that was always the biggest struggle. But the only thing that I had black was always a black formal shirt. I never had so many black t-shirts. I think for me, once I found the brand that fit well, and I think I just didn't want to decide what to wear every day. So for me, black became more important in that aspect. So for me, it was different. I found the brand that works for me, and then I just decided that I don't want to decide every day what to
Yeah.
wear.
What
So it
was the
just
first
became.
brand where you felt that okay, this is what I need every day?
So I don't think I, in any sense, am a
I
fashion.
I know where he's heading with this.
Yeah, but I think my first time that I tried a really good T-shirt is when I got a J Crew off discount when I traveled once, and I just realized, oh, T-shirts can actually fit that way, like how you were saying, right? Like T-shirts, and I have a problem with how it fits on the sleeve, like you said, cap sleeves, or just have this weird rectangular thing when it comes ironed. I just don't like all that.
Oh, that thing plugging out
Yeah, the
towards your
plugging out,
elbow.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There were times I used to like spray, with the water just to make sure and iron it out because I just hate that crease line. But I think when I tried those and then I realized, oh, okay, t-shirts can be of a certain fit. And of course, it was not black, it had some reds and blues. And then over a period of time, again, when I traveled, I picked up, I think, American Eagle was a brand at that point, and they had plain color t-shirts, but they fit really well. And that's when I realized, oh, what I'm asking for, there are t-shirts that exist. It's just that I don't find them back here. So I think for me it was that. And then I think finally, when I finally found the brand that I like, then it just moved into
Because of who did you find the brand?
you.
Yeah.
Did I find it because of you? I don't think so.
Should we just segue into brands, because I
No,
think
wait.
that's
I
the
kind of relate to what Joy is saying. Pre 2017, I used to wear collared t-shirts,
Mhm.
polos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was this again struggles of being a big guy and finding the right t-shirt brand from a fit perspective was critical. So I found this brand who used to make a 3XL polo, and I just had like all possible colors available at any point in time. And any point in time that one t-shirt would either fade or fray or be no longer wearable, I would just go to the store, and used to be available at Lifestyle, and I would just go to the rack and say, okay, I have this color, this color, this color, but I don't have this color, so let me pick this color now. It was just about process of elimination of what I already have in my wardrobe versus what's new available, whether it be stripes, whether it be plains, anything. I used to just wear whatever then. Finally, I moved to black polos and then eventually moved to crew necks. So it's been quite a journey finding the right black t-shirt.
Yeah.
also now we're also in the era that t-shirts are very well accepted, right? Because
Yeah,
streetwear is a lot more accepted.
yeah,
So today you can do a lot of these things. I think earlier, if you really had to be a little more smart, casual, or whatever, you would have to do a polo. If it
yeah.
was black or not is a separate question.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good time to segue into brands. Uh, there are multiple ways to skin this. The things I want to talk about is the considerations for you to recommend a brand or what you like. At least for me, the criterias are the fit, very important, of course, the fabric, the longevity of the t-shirt. So if you've got something and you really like it, has it lasted you 6 months, 1 year, 2 years? Like we spoke about accessibility, it has to be available in India and ideally available easily. And bonus points for packaging. If the packaging is plastic free or any of those kind of things, I would definitely consider that criteria as well. Who wants to start first?
I could go. So I think during this whole phase of finding the good T-shirt, I think I was in this whole mode of finding that something homegrown, because I just got fed up of looking for international brands that would fit well, and it's money that I don't want to spend. And I think, I don't know when it was, but at that point I think March tea was something that I discovered, uh, and it was just something that I tried. And believe it or not, it was not my first black T-shirt. I think
Yeah.
I remember I got a red. They had
Mm.
a red and they had like a navy blue. Uh, and I must admit that the first maybe a year of buying of them, I was not really happy because it was my first introduction. Spending in that perception of homegrown brand, I'm not sure how it's going to be. And after some washes, it just loosened out. It's not what I liked. But I think something about the brand stuck with me, because I also feel like a brand has its journey. I believed in terms of what they wanted to achieve, and very soon they had the classic tees. I think that's what worked very well for me. So
Did they have something before the classic tees?
see, I'm very bad at remembering
Mm.
what models they were have been, but I think I must have just picked up a T-shirt. I didn't even know they had anything more than a T. Right now they have multiple divisions, right? They have what's the one that you wear?
I wear the unit.
Unit, right? So I've always stuck to the classics, but I think that with the new designs, I think they have bifurcated very beautifully, and I think they've just finally got the fit, the fabric right, and it works really well for me. I just like the way it looks on me, and I'm just too biased to move to any other brand right now.
Why I'm smiling a lot is that I think a decent amount of Joy's salary every month goes to March tea.
Anish, I think, keeps joking that I'm adding to their line item.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there'll be a line item in their books. Uh, I know about everyone else, but I've been a big March tea consumer as well. I think I've ordered at least 20 t-shirts from there. My only thing with March tea, so one great thing about March tea is that I don't think they have the V-necks anymore, but their V-necks were really nice, that they were not too aggressively V, subtle V.
Mhm.
A lot of times you may not even realize it's a
It's a
V-neck,
V1.
but it's
True.
really nice. I found that really comfortable. Uh, Fit was great, fabric was great. My only issue was that after a few washes, at least for me, it magically doesn't happen for Joy for some reason. I think the black fades away.
Change your detergent.
Yeah, for me, March tea becomes like a, slate gray or a slightly faded sort of a black. I still wear those. Uh, and I know this is a black t-shirt episode, and I cannot talk about a gray t-shirt, but a very honorable mention for their gray V-neck t-shirts, which were a different material. Those
Yeah,
were excellent.
the peak. I think they
Yeah,
had it.
they,
They had
they
it on the
don't
full
have it
sleeves one
anymore.
as well.
They don't
Yeah,
have it anymore, but those were great. Also, March tea comes really nicely packaged. Comes in a nice, easy cardboard box, no plastic. Sometimes you get a pencil in it as well and a
Yeah.
little note. For me, March tea wins on a lot of factors. I
Mhm.
just wish, at least for me, the fading bit is a bit of a worry.
Let's not lie. I think pricing for you also was the problem.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
so hold on,
I'm
hold,
like
hold, hold
waiting
on.
for him to
Oh,
get to that.
I thank you for bringing this up, because you started your introduction, and this is why I was smiling earlier. You started your introduction by saying you don't want to spend too much money. You started with that,
Correct.
and I do think 1,500 rupees, like, it's a standard pricing, but to me, March tea goes into discount every March. Buy it in bulk that time.
That's how we got his 20 t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one brand which I'm assuming everybody is sort of like has a bunch of pieces from, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I have a couple.
I've always
You're talking about just us here.
yeah, just
Yeah,
us here at least.
Okay.
Like I've always tried to figure out why is it that everybody sort of went to it. Like you said that when they had come up, they spoke about the fact that okay, I want to go to work and I want to wear one T-shirt and I want it to be black.
Hmm.
That's what they started with. So that was one very clear thing that made me consider that okay, even if I don't have the money right now, I'm gonna try this out. Eventually, when the sale came on, I actually did try that. And the second thing that I really like, I did mention that I wanna try and buy online and not go to a store. One of the things that I always find difficult is that I will never buy from a Myntra or an Amazon because all their models look like models. It's very easy to make a t-shirt look good when the person wearing it is looking good. But Marshti, what they did was, which I absolutely loved, they did a lot of customer testimonials in terms of like a proper story. It's you when you're on the website, you will figure out, okay, this person who's like with this particular background involved in these things likes the t-shirt because of this reason. It's not just like one patch review, it's actually a little bit of a story. That is what really made
I
it
agree.
easy for me. Like when all the other things came in about the fit and everything, the first moment of truth because of the packaging was great. Like when I got the box, I was like, okay, this feels like I'm getting a laptop. And then I opened it and I touched the outer packaging that they had. I was like, okay, this is really good. Eventually, after a couple of months, I would say, the fading did happen. The kind of like warping of what happens with cotton did happen, but just realizing that okay, now I've had this experience with a brand and I've obviously gotten to love what I got received the product as, that made it very easy to like go back to them. If I don't have anything, I will definitely like keep going back to the website and seeing what is new? Can I pick this up? Is this something different? Is it going to solve something different?
Also, really nice website.
Really nice
Really
website.
nice website. Yeah.
And again, not available anywhere else. It's just their website.
I think what resonated with this brand is I just felt like someone heard me.
Mm.
I think that connection also helped. Like I just felt like someone heard what I wanted,
Mm.
and it exists now.
You gifted me something from them.
I
for
got
my
you a
birthday.
towel.
They also have towels now.
Oh yeah, the waffle towels.
Yes.
They should make a T-shirt out of that. I mean, not
I don't think so.
not the exact. I'm not saying the exact fabric, but a waffle a textured T-shirt. That's actually something that Uniqlo does, and I have ordered it. So
There's a waffle
hopefully
T-shirt from
there's
Uniqlo
a waffle pattern T-shirt that Uniqlo has just come out with.
available now.
Yeah.
Alright,
I mean,
gonna
it's still
check it
not
out.
a waffle.
So
waffle,
I've
but it's like a thicker, checkered, self kind of a print, which is like feels very thick, kind of a thing, like almost like a sweatshirt,
Okay.
with those crisscross texture. And
Are
I
you
think
talking
it
about
look,
the Uniqlo one?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
because
Wait,
I
wait.
ordered
You
that
know
one
what?
as well.
Let's finish the March tea conversation, and then let's immediately head to Uniqlo. Then, Sally was
Yeah.
saying something.
No, I was saying that before I moved to Marchti, I have experimented with loads and loads of brands, especially from a size perspective, because there was a time that I didn't fit into Marchtis. They were not making sizes big enough for me to wear a Marchti, right? I have gone from, I've just opened like Mintra and tried to find whatever brand would I think according to their size chart would fit me, and then struggle with obscure logos happening either on the sleeve or at the hem, or too long, too short, too tight, even if the size chart doesn't agree with the actual product. So it's been quite a journey. But eventually, earlier last year, I started fitting into 2XL March T. Now I fit into an XL March T. I'm very happy with that. And now, and talking about t-shirts and wardrobe, my wardrobe doesn't have any color. I only have 5 black March tees. That's it. I experimented with a couple of Uniqlo boxy fits and H&M oversized ones, but H&M oversized ones are too long or too short for my liking, and the boxy Uniqlos are just a slightly weird fit. So it's 5 March tees, one day of the week, Monday to Friday. I'm good. That's it. I don't have anything else in my wardrobe from a t-shirt perspective.
Yeah, I think that really works.
Talking about fading, it does happen slightly, but it is nowhere close to how much a Taylor and Circus black t-shirt fades.
Yeah.
4
Dude,
washes.
no,
Taylor and
it doesn't
Circus
for
is
me.
no, dude. Taylor and
Dude,
Circus
what do you say?
is nowhere close to a black right now. All my
You've
March tees
you've
are
hit
black.
a sore
Taylor and
point
Circus
with
is
him now.
nowhere close to a black.
Okay, you
But
know what?
Sahil, are all 5 black T-shirts the same black?
Pretty much.
You know what? We'll skip
At least they
Uniqlo for
fade
a minute.
evenly if they do. It's like a 0.1% fading every wash. It's
Yeah,
great.
they
It's
don't
just
turn into
like,
an anthracite.
Yeah.
yeah, they
So-
don't. Yeah.
so
Or a
Taylor
charcoal
and-
tar black.
Taylor and Circus is on my list because I like they have a V-neck, and I like wearing V-neck t-shirts, so that works for me. Uh, for me specifically, Taylor and Circus does not fade. I've had them for quite a while now, and it's been great. So I'm surprised it's faded for you.
Like
They
quite
are
a
they
while.
are the only non-black black t-shirt in my wardrobe.
He's gonna cut
For me,
this.
that's
He's gonna cut
March
this part out. I
For
feel.
me, that's March. It's okay. Listen,
I'll release it as a snippet separately because I have the audio recording as well, so you can cut it if you want.
Yeah.
okay. Everyone's views on Taylor and Circus.
I've actually not tried that brand, so I'm
Me
out.
neither. Yeah.
I'm not happy with their fit. Even if fading wasn't an issue, I don't like their fit.
What is the price point?
Their
For that?
cut is the little.
$800. I actually quite like it. For me, the fit it's a tighter fit. It's not a loose fit, but I like it.
I can
What's
understand
the-
why you like it now.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
days you want to show
Yeah.
some biceps and stuff, but
But-
thin material, very comfortable, very breathable. That ways I really
Like, would you say it's softer than March tea, the fabric?
it is.
No,
I
not
think
for
so.
me. Not
we're buying different t-shirts of the same brand.
Yeah, maybe the V-neck is different. I only buy the crew neck,
Yeah.
right? So
I've
maybe
not
the
bought the
V-neck.
crew neck. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm talking about the crew neck. I don't wear V-neck, so the crew neck is not as close to March for me.
Okay. In my recommendations, along with March tea, There's also Tailor and Circus, but yeah, the V-neck. I've not tried
Are
that.
you going to reach out to March before this episode releases and tell them that there's a fanboy club happening here and they should sponsor this episode?
No, but
Yeah.
they need to bring back the V-neck T-shirt. I think
Yeah.
that is what
Yeah,
is
you
important.
were a
That
big fan of it.
that's your battle to fight.
Yeah.
But I
Okay.
think anybody who's gonna listen to this episode also being interested in black t-shirts is gonna be a fan of March Tea nevertheless.
Yeah.
They've just
Yeah,
set a good
true.
benchmark.
Yeah.
That's true.
Coming to Uniqlo. For me, there are two wins at Uniqlo for me. One is the one I'm wearing, which is that
Is it
thicker
called the
material
Dry
there.
X Crew? Is that the one? Or is it Airism?
No, this is not Airism. This
Hmm.
is this says black.
Airism is a mixed fabric, right? It's not full
It is.
cotton.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is full cotton. I'm wearing the medium, fits perfectly fine. Thicker. This
Yeah,
neck ribbon
it's
is
the boxy fit.
yeah. So for me,
Yeah.
this is really really nice from Uniqlo. And the other one is the Airism, the oversized one.
Yeah.
The regular Airism is that material is too thin. It's no matter if I've ordered two sizes bigger, it's still like sticks to you.
Snug.
So I think
Yes.
that's more for
Like a snug
innerwear
fit.
sort of a thing. But the Airism oversized and this whatever boxy fit they call this, these two have been great finds. I think both are around 1,200 rupees. Sometimes you might get them slightly cheaper. Really, really good, especially the Airism. If you're traveling and you quickly want to wash them as well, they dry up pretty fine. Uh, for me, it's almost in that the Airism one is almost in that athleisure sort of a
Hmm.
bracket. So it feels a little sporty. It's got that sheen to it. It is a mixed fabric. It's not
It is a
100%
mixed
cotton.
fabric.
But yeah, both really good discoveries for me in the last 2-3 months.
Yeah, that's actually one of the things that pulled me to Uniqlo and especially Airism. I got the mask first, and then I was like, if there is a T-shirt of this fabric, I absolutely want to try it because living in Bombay, you can't escape like places where you're just going to sweat your heart out. So essentially, that was the reason why I went to the oversized thing. And the thing that I absolutely love about this T-shirt is the neck.
Are you wearing
Like,
that?
yeah, I am
Hmm.
wearing that T-shirt, and this is the most comfortable neck that I feel any T-shirt has. It never like braces. Like I actually get red marks because of a couple of T-shirts, and I've stopped wearing those T-shirts for that particular reason. Again, not fully black, but anyway. But yeah, this is probably the softest neck that I have, and this is the reason why. Like I probably will end up with 20 of these in my closet.
I think I saw this in office and I ordered one. I was like, let's try it. Let's try an oversized. Saw it and returned it.
Why? What
It just
happened?
didn't. It doesn't fit me well. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's-
amazing. Like how it looks good on him.
Did you also get the smaller size?
I don't know. I just look funny. So I was like, rather stick with something that I know.
But I made a
The
mistake.
problem with oversize is that if you try it on with a bottom which is a slim fit
Yeah.
or a skinny fit, it'll always look weird. So when you try it on, you have to try it with something which is relaxed fit at the bottom so that it gives a full structure to the
Like
look.
a basketball shorts or something like that.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
maybe.
common benchmark is like actually the March T joggers that we have the common joggers, and that actually fits really well. And the other thing with oversized t-shirts is this is for every oversized brand. A lot of these oversized t-shirts will go below like where the legs sort of meet on your jeans, and that is a no-no. That's when things start looking funny.
Yeah.
So if you have like a low crotch, I don't know if that the technical term for it, but that's if your joggers are pretty low, then everything sort of looks in place.
But Joy, for you, you wear snug. You're wearing really snug jeans right now.
It's not that snug. It
They're very
just
snug. So wearing an oversized Uniqlo may not be a great idea. For me, Uniqlo, the Airism oversized. I of course ordered the small by mistake. That did not work, but I've got both now, the medium and the large, and both fit perfectly fine. There's no problem.
So I
have
got
to
the
try
boxy
this
fit from
Airism.
Uniqlo. I got the boxy fit from Uniqlo. My problem with it is it's probably an inch too long, and the fabric through the day just crinkles and uh, kind of stretches around my stomach. So it just starts looking weird by the end of the day. The fall is not great, and they fade a lot. For me, they fade like crazy. So
So
I have
this air-
one, and it's become very dark gray. It's no longer a black.
Sorry, I was asking this
wearing that.
Airism is what? It's supposed to be like a dry fit or just very comfortable
I think
fabric?
it's their take on dry fit.
It's like
It's
a
a
dry
mixture.
fit,
Yeah.
but it's not that. So dry fit is, I think, thinner for me.
Yeah.
this is it's slightly thicker, but it's very breathable.
Like, in fact, if you touch the t-shirt, it'll feel different on the outside and different on the inside.
Oh,
So it's a little more comfortable on the inside and cooling.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprisingly nice find.
But like very differently, Uniqlo hasn't faded for me. In fact, from like I've tried March T, I've tried a bunch of others. Uniqlo hasn't faded. It hasn't lost any of its
Yeah,
size, or fit per se. And I think I have the one that you have, the slightly thicker one and the
yeah.
oversized one. I haven't tried the uh, airism ones. But also again coming to, because the oversized one fits perfectly, I don't have to struggle too much with the size
Yeah.
issue, and then it just feels more breathable. Like I can go through the day without thinking whether I'm sweating, not sweating, or whether how it feels. I think for me, Uniqlo and March did pretty well. I also haven't had any fading issues with March, so
I think this fading thing honestly could be just a washing, the way we washing our clothes.
yeah.
Have you guys tried the Dry X t-shirt that they have though?
Yeah.
It's again Supima cotton, which is again something like March T. After March T started talking about Supima cotton, the Google AdWord prices for Supima cotton went up.
Mm.
Anyway, but so Uniqlo has a version of that. It's called the Dry X, and it's usually a tighter fit, and again like a smaller sleeve, like half of what the oversized sleeve length is. It's probably half of that. But if I know I'm going to be a lot more active in the day, not again like I'm not going to use it as a workout t-shirt or a running t-shirt, but it's just going to be like walking around, or like a Sunday whatever. So in that sense, that's the t-shirt that I find that is the perfect one. Like, it's again, I don't want to wear everything oversized for sure, because then people kind of forget what you actually look like. So that's where I keep switching into the Dry X one. That I've probably had for about a year now, and it's not changed the fit at all for me, which is very unusual, because the fabric feels like one of those things that if I sleep with it on, it will change the next day, but for some reason it hasn't. So give that one a try too, for sure.
Uniqlo has a lot of black t-shirts in their portfolio.
Yeah.
I think if you look at the website, there's some 17, 18 of them. But yeah. Okay, so Airism and the other one, and this Dry X.
Dry
I've not
X.
tried the Dry X. I'm gonna get that.
Very interesting question in my head. Do we only wear black t-shirts when we're at work?
No,
No.
I wear them everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
I wear black t-shirts with prints outside of work
I
though.
just realized I don't wear them at home.
You can also wear them at work. Which,
I know, absolutely. But like
Yeah,
usually
it's
it's
allowed.
just in my head. So I mean, I got into black t-shirts because I was wearing a lot of band t-shirts. So if I go to a gig, I want to wear a specific t-shirt that, okay, this aligns with that kind of music. So I want to wear that t-shirt. So like usually I reserve it for gigs, not for
I
work.
have a black t-shirt FOPA section coming up.
Oh,
I
yeah?
think you can mention the band bit also.
No, in fact, I got a really nice t-shirt which actually on the front says gin. I just found it on Instagram. I saw a brand. It's got the loudest print that I have ever gotten on any fabric. So the back print is like a wolf and like a really really loud print. One of those what you could compare with jaywalking or something like that. So yeah, I'm actually like, that's a t-shirt that I've worn it twice now, and I just hope that the print sort of stays. It's again not a brand, I'd say. It's somebody who makes the t-shirt himself. He designs the artwork himself. It's not like a big brand like Jaywalking as of yet. So I don't think it'll survive, but it has my name on the t-shirt. So,
What's this
yeah.
brand?
Genozi.
Genozi.
Yeah, it's also the guy's name, I think. Genozi. He's from Gang Talk.
Nice. I will check that out. I think since we're talking about Uniqlo, I also want to talk about a couple of the other international brands in India, and we'll get to that right after these short messages.
Hello. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. On episode 50 of the Life Manifesto, Zarina tells us a story about Gautam Buddha that teaches us to control our anger. On Cock and Bull this week, Cyrus, Karthik, Antriksh and myself talk about the Noida Twin Tower demolitions, a recent Swiggy controversy, and the Asia Cup fixture between India and Pakistan. On Aneesh Thing, Aneesh talks to Naveen Mittal and Pankil Shah about the cult of craft beer and the various beer choices in India today. On the Musafir Stories, traveler and entrepreneur Abhishek Ved of the Untraveled Show takes the listeners on a trip to Ladakh. He tells us about some of the lesser-known places and delicious cuisines one should definitely check out. On Smarter with Sid, Siddharth talks about the best way one can build a presence on social media and how creators can develop a viewer base for regular engagement. Once again, I'd like to remind you all about our merch store. Go check it out on the website, ivmpodcast.com. There's a tab for a shop. Click that and it'll take you to our store. Also, do follow us on social media. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Please do spread the word about the show. That really, really does help us. And finally, do remember, rate us or review us wherever you are listening. And that could also be YouTube. We have a number of channels on YouTube where you can go and check out our shows. You can go and find those channels on ivmpodcast.com/YouTube. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors this week, HDFC Mutual Fund, TransUnion Civil, SBI Life Insurance, Checkpoint Software, and Smallcase. Thank you so much for making this possible.
Welcome back to Aneesh Thing. We're discussing black t-shirts. And after Uniqlo, I think for me, another international brand, a bigger chain that I've been very happy with is Marks and Spencer. So they had this version lineup with David Gandy. I've had those t-shirts for about 3.5, 4 years. They have not faded, they have not deformed, and they're still absolutely great. So for me, this is one thing when people throw fast fashion around. If a t-shirt is lasting me 3 to 4 years, that's pretty good, and it's no signs of deteriorating at all. I don't know if you guys have experienced Marks and Spencer, but again, I'm very happy with their. I think these t-shirts are more meant to be innerwear, but you can wear them normally.
I have tried those, and my issue with them has been just fit as a skinny person. I think like as soon as you hit an L or like even you fully like can wear an M, that's when the t-shirts really work. But otherwise, as a skinny person, the fits were just very odd.
It's never appealed me to go to and buy it, Marks and Spencer. I don't know why.
Same.
I
I've
think it
never
just
tried. Yeah. So
and I think I could be also influenced because I know whoever has bought there, I've always got the feedback saying that it's a very for elderly people.
Elderly people.
Yeah, I think it's just put in my head that it's for an older crowd, and I don't think I ever like go looking for something there.
For me, one more t-shirt that I've got recently, although this is a performance t-shirt, it just says Adidas running t-shirt on their website. Even though it's performance wear and I bought it for running, because the logo is matte black and pretty subdued, I've been using it for traveling. It works great because it's thin. It's that dry fit sort of a material. Works quite well in case one of you has also tried it. Also, another thing to talk about, which Sahil was mentioning in the break, pockets or no pockets. Where are we on that?
no pockets, sir.
No pockets.
No pockets.
I'm not
No
seeing too
pockets
many
for me.
pocket ones.
I stopped carrying pen and cash here.
No,
so
I
then
definitely want the pocket. I
Yeah.
like having the pocket.
So
I'm in
what
the
is it
pocket.
about that pocket? What
What
would
do you
I
use
want
the
to put
pocket
there?
for?
I mean, not pens, not anything else, but oftentimes lighters and like receipts and stuff like that. Just like cash.
Receipts?
Yeah. Like if I am at like a toll or something where I know that I
Oh,
need to
that.
give the receipt back or something like that, or if it's a parking ticket, something thin enough that I don't want to put it in like the back pocket, that I will definitely use the pocket for. Yeah.
I think pockets more from a aesthetic point of view. I remember No Nasties would have like a different color pocket,
Yeah.
and it was stitched also in a slightly different way. Like I
I
don't know how to
mean,
describe
yeah,
it correctly.
aesthetically, I think like even if it's the same color, I would rather have a pocket than a logo for sure.
But you want it for use and not for the look.
No, even if I don't use it, like
Hmm.
I like the way it looks. Like Muji does a couple of those as well. I mean, I think not anymore, but when they came in, they had slightly the innerwear sort of plain t-shirts with pockets, and those are like always like a good hit with me for sure.
Which reminds me, for me, Muji's been quite a big like I've not enjoyed Muji clothing. I thought I really would, but to me, the t-shirts were just about okay.
I mean, the shirts are better than the t-shirts, but like, did you go from the perspective that okay, this is not like innerwear and this is something that I can just wear outside?
Yeah,
Because
and I
it is
love
most,
Muji for everything else.
yeah.
So to me, Muji, it was also coming from that little bit of a fanboy thing, right? That
Hmm.
yeah, we'll get Muji t-shirts, but they were okay.
No, what do you mean by Muji for innerwear?
Like in the sense that like even if you see pictures that they show of the t-shirts, it's either homeware or if you would wear like an open shirt
Yeah,
on top
inside
of the
that.
t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To just layer up if it's slightly colder.
You want to talk about some trivia?
Oh
Joy?
yeah, the trivia. Trivia being that before t-shirts became the thing, they were actually undershirts. and because you said read up on
T-shirts.
t-shirts, the anxiety kicked in, and I spent some time yesterday reading.
Nice.
So apparently, jumpsuits were the sleeves were torn off by workers way ahead of, I think, maybe 100 years ago. I don't know, to make it more comfortable and breathable, and then it became like a fashion of like innerwear over a shirt. I think I think our fathers or grandfathers have done that.
Mm.
Wear something that before the ganji became popular, I think.
Oh, the Ganji. That
Yeah.
could also be an episode. But well, thank you for the history lesson, Joy. That was very insightful. Moving on to some other brands that have recently caught my attention, more in the streetwear domain. So thicker, oversized kind of fits. Jaywalking, I really really like. Not got the black T-shirt yet. I have the maroon T-shirt of theirs, but it does have a logo, but it's like a matte black logo on black. So that way, it's quite subtle and really cool brand for me. Carhartt has a logo, so that's an exception, but it's Carhartt. You get the pocket, but you
Yeah.
also get the small logo that's available in India through Capsule. And this one is one uh, big logo, though, the Main Street Limited black t shirt right now. Super oversized fit, really, really comfortable. Tons of logos at the back, completely does not qualify for this episode, but
Mm.
it gets an honorable mention, though.
Yeah. Carhartt is actually a very interesting brand to me because I mean you kind of clubbed it as streetwear culture, but for me it's always been the work T-shirt. Like it's always been the thicker T-shirt. Like in fact, even when we were talking about March T, I prefer the unit over the classic because when you go into an office, it gets really cold. So I usually prefer something that's thicker, and that's where Carhartt really fits. Plus the pocket. I mean,
Yeah, the pocket.
that's just everything coming together for me.
Other pockets, when we were talking about pockets, I remember like City Off was exciting when they came out because of pockets. But I think that's one brand that none of us have had a very good experience with. For me, the fit's just been off right in the beginning, and after a couple of washes, become worse. And just the timelines on delivery, I think 15-20 days to get a t-shirt.
True. I think I got two black t-shirts. I think different styles, and I think over time it just lost his, I don't know, shape.
The whole look and the
And I
shape.
remember getting even those
the
custom
joggers.
joggers as well, and
Yeah.
just fits bad. But I just do think it might be a cycle of any brand,
Mm.
Yeah.
and there could, of course, will be improvement.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I actually had a similar experience with another brand called Oziss, OZISS.
Hmm.
When I got the T-shirt, I was like, okay, they're just trying to create another March T, and it was done well. It was really, really good. When I opened the package and the first 2-3 times I wore it, it's just over time I felt that without much aggressive like wearing or anything, or like really like going out for a run in that T-shirt, it's changed the shape for no reason. Like I've kept it with care. I've kept it with like good detergent, what I assume is good detergent, but it just changed shape. Like, and the weirdest, so one of the easiest shape changes that I get is that it would twist a little from the side, but this one just grew longer on one side, which was very weird.
I've ordered
So
this brand also.
I got them as well. I got
Yeah.
one in like a couple of months ago and one recently. There has been a dramatic change in fabric from the last one to the new one. The last one did exactly what you said. Same for me. It became lopsided, lost its neck, lost its sleeves, and all of that. The new fabric that they've got is slightly better, but it's still not the best fit that I would prefer. Because they had advertised that they are getting some new colors and new redesign or whatever, but it's not just been the great. I've been on a hunt for sustainable fabric t-shirts. No Nasties was the obvious choice to try and get one of those. Again, fabric is great, but the fit is all over the place. It's just so weird.
For me, No Nasties has actually worked really well. I think for a lot of people, there have been in conversation, people have brought up issues with the fit, but for me, that fabric is really, really soft, really nice.
Fabric is fantastic. Fabric
Yeah,
is
fantastic
absolutely
fabric.
fantastic.
But for me, the fit's been fine though. I've had no problem.
Is
Not
the
for me.
fabric cotton or is it mixed with something?
It's
No,
cotton,
it's not
but
cotton.
it's just phenomenally soft
Yeah.
fabric.
And so many washes it's gone through, nothing's happened. It's
Yeah.
just maintained shape. It's just that the original fit itself is kind of weird for me, so I really
Hmm.
don't like it.
I think I bought them a while back and I just like didn't go back, but seems like it's
Yeah.
working well for you guys. So, yeah.
And they're in Asagaon, the Bandra of Goa. So
Yeah,
if you're there, please check them out. Beautiful store. Really, really, really
Yeah.
beautiful
yeah, very
store.
nice store. I've been to the store.
Yeah. Uh,
Store. No, I will interject here because Soul Store actually. So I used to buy a lot of Soul Store again because band prints, a lot of indie bands were present there, but they have their own minimal, so like no logo, no nothing, t-shirt, and I really like their fit. It's there's nothing unusual about their fit, but again, Supima cotton, not as good as Mashti, I would say, but again, a different price point. You can get their
Hmm.
minimal t-shirts for I think 500,
oh wow,
and
nice.
that's just like yeah. Somebody in the
Yeah.
studio also is wearing
Yeah.
the same thing.
Our producer's
Yeah.
wearing it.
So there
Nice.
is a little
I
bit of fade in the t-shirts, usually any color, but I think overall, like if you take it with a pinch of salt, and it's good quality for the price that you pay.
Do
500
don't they
bucks is
have that
pretty good.
little logo on the sleeve with a like a white band or at the hem? One of they
I
do
mean,
have some sort
I
of
mean,
a
not the one
Watching
I
him
had.
doesn't seem like.
Take your jacket off. Let's
Yeah,
check.
not the one I had. They
Yeah,
might have
it's
had
not.
different ones.
No,
No.
this is actually nice. I like it. That's okay. You know what? That is fine. There's a very very small
Soul
logo.
Store logo.
it's a
Yeah,
strip. It's a little strip added on either on the
Yeah.
hem or
On
on the
the
sleeve.
it's
yeah,
on the hem, but yeah,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
too small. I think that's
In
fine.
that way, City of also had their logo on the t-shirt, right? On the
City
bottom
off
left,
is
I don't like the
another one.
logo. It's the round.
guy walking.
It's the yeah. It's the yellow color
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
I did like the
Logo.
one with the pocket. And I don't know which series that was, the black
That's
one.
the one I have.
No,
I
that's
have
the
that.
one.
Yeah. I was really hopeful on City Off. I was quite excited. Anyways, coming to but this old store I'm gonna try.
Hmm.
Also, then it comes to price points, right? Like
Yeah.
as much as I love March tea, I really love when they go on discount. That's always good. Uh,
Cotton World is just a mention.
I
Good.
forgot about Cotton World,
Yeah.
man. I don't remember Cotton World anymore.
I find them far more comfortable, and if I want to be at home, I just feel when I wear this, I just feel like I'm in work, or like I'm out social.
Hmm.
But when I'm at home, I want something more relaxed. So yeah, Cotton Wool.
Why not have relaxed at work also?
I don't know. It's a good question.
No, there is again like so again Airism, again our new favorites here. They have a home series which again Marshti also does.
Hmm.
So I've gotten their home series and their shorts are amazing. The t-shirts are amazing, especially for home. But I am seeing some patches that have gotten faded, and I think it's purely because they wanted to make the fabric really really soft. So it works really good when you're at home, but otherwise you can't
You're
wear it
talking about
outside.
Oh,
Airism
that way.
by Uniqlo.
Yeah.
There is a home version of that Airism t-shirt,
Mm.
so it's not as thick as the one I'm wearing right now, much thinner, and like the neck also, it's not in this fashion. It's flat on the inside, and there's like a another layer of fabric on the outside. So it's just little details that make it a little more comfortable for home.
Great. I think we're gonna talk about two more things and just say that again. Okay, so I think two more things we'll discuss. One is, yeah, just taking care of your black t-shirts. For me, the pain point, I'm pretty sure my detergent and all is fine because everything else is fine. For me, especially with a dog in the house, for me, lint management is a big pain in the ass. And I don't know why some t-shirts do it better than the others. Airisms, again, are great. There's nothing on it.
Hmm.
And then a lot of the cotton ones just are so difficult. Every morning you have to get that lint roller out and manage.
Yeah, I used to live with somebody who had a white cat, so all my black things were just ruined completely. There was no other way. We had to get a vacuum. There was no other way to actually fix your clothes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't-
that's just one pain point.
Yeah, I don't think I have any of those problems.
No,
So-
not really.
Not really.
Yeah, neither do I. Neither do I.
Neither do you.
It's fine.
But washing wise, what are you guys doing? Regular, right? Washing machine, throw it with everything else. No gentle wash.
See, the
No,
thing
I
is,
do a
I think
gentle
all of
wash.
them do
Do
come with
Yeah, with
some
the
kind of
disclaimer.
instruction.
You
Clearly,
read those?
Huh?
You actually read those?
I do read, but then I think it's too much of a task to get someone to do it. you
Yeah.
know? So I think for me, it just goes into a gentle wash,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
And
mean, if
you dry it inside out in the shade.
I don't think I do that.
No.
Not like how you
Yeah,
were
that
drying your
I
jeans.
do that. I don't dry it inside out, but when I put it for washing, I turn it inside out so that it
Yeah.
goes for washing inside out. It's
Same.
slightly better on the fabric. And one thing we started doing, we have a front loading washing machine. We just wash everything on a cold cycle. The washing
Yeah.
machine generally on a regular wash tends to have a 20-30 degree automatic setting. We just switch that off and wash everything on a cold cycle. So
Maybe that's the
that is
secret to your non-fading March
That is
could
true.
be.
Yeah.
piece.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do the inside out thing for sure, but like one thing that I've realized kind of helps in keeping the shape is that when you're drying it, I like you keep it at the edge of the sleeve and you just sort of shake the fabric a little bit to make sure that it falls well. That's what I've kind of seen. Like for the same brand of t-shirts, I can have a better result if I just dry them a little bit better than
Do
Wow.
you
later
iron
on.
your t-shirts yourself or send it for ironing? That also makes a
So
difference.
actually, that's a little bit of a pet. I like airism because I don't know how to iron it
I was just
ever.
coming to that. Yeah.
But if I know that okay, if I see that okay, this t-shirt is right at the edge of losing shape, then I will iron it. Then I will iron it myself again. Like I will not give it out outside, just so that I know that I can get the crease right and I can pull it a little bit and like just give it the shape that it used to be before.
There's
So
some
for me,
su-
the Airism, the Adidas running tee, and that March tee, but the gray one, that other material they don't have anymore. The beauty of all three are that you don't have to iron them,
Yeah.
and they're good to go.
But then if you have one thing, one t-shirt and 20 of those, I don't think care is too much of a problem, right? Like the way he said, turn it inside out, put on a gentle wash, and you put do it with anything else. I don't think it'll matter that much.
Yeah, but we've got different experiences of tailor and circus,
Oh
both
yeah,
of us.
100%.
Yeah.
there's so much science behind washing right now. Suddenly,
Yeah.
I like Abhijit's take on how he keeps everything like.
Oh
in
yeah,
the-
yeah.
Yeah.
I think all the brand owners who are listening to this will
Uh,
be like, they don't know how to wash clothes.
I'm
Yeah.
sure of it.
Or change the
Fading,
detergent
they were
brand.
like, it's fading because of you. This is what you're doing wrong.
To end things, any black t-shirt faux pas, like for example, we were talking about the fits. If you're wearing an oversized thing, you might want to wear a slightly looser bottom as well. Uh, to me, it's just unlike with sneaker brands and like let's say wearing a Adidas shoe and a Nike socks, which would be a big faux pas. I think black t-shirts are generally fine.
Yeah.
We do a lot of black and black, and then the
Yeah.
shoes are where the color might pop, or the
Yeah.
socks are where the color might pop. But yeah, I think to me, matching fabric is something that now I've started thinking about, which I never did. And yeah, just making sure if the t-shirt is slightly looser or oversized, then I might want to keep the bottoms like that also.
Yeah.
I don't think it should matter so much with matching fabric unless you get
Look
your
at
quad
this.
set.
Look at this. This is airism bottoms and that other boxy fit on top.
Yeah, but nobody cares.
No,
No, you
but
see
I
it.
can.
Like in the sense
It's
that
like the whole idea of black is that
no,
you
but if
can't really make
careless.
up.
if
No,
you were
of
wearing a
course.
performance tee with the jean,
Hmm.
then I would be like, okay, that's something off. Or let's say, for example, black joggers, black t-shirt, but completely white shoes. I'm like, no, you could have just gotten something else.
Like a pop of color
I-
instead of white or something.
No,
I
but
just
but,
get black
but
shoes.
this is
like
what I'm
this.
saying. But this whole performance, like a performance t-shirt and jeans, to me feels odd.
I really like this. Five of us experts on t-shirts who's never made a t-shirt, and then we're going
We
to
don't have to be
and
experts
then
to
we're going
make
to do
t-shirts.
fashion.
No, but we
Like-
are definitely like discerning consumers of this, right?
Yeah.
So we want something and we want somebody else to go out and make this. So
That's true.
And honorable mention, this looks like it's a Uniqlo sponsored podcast. It's really not. Airism shorts are amazing. Black Airism shorts with.
But don't wear
Airism
it
tag.
with oversized t-shirt. That
But
Yeah,
that's
it's a
okay.
fabric mismatch.
You are recommending Uniqlo shorts, but I think this entire podcast has been about March Tea and everybody's favorite and most preferred brand
Yeah.
of t-shirts right now.
Yeah.
I just
Okay.
want to use your podcast to get some recommendations on sustainable t-shirt brands. I have really been struggling to
Yeah,
find
so
brands
so
as well.
yeah, so I think one thing that can come out of this, and perhaps after a few months we can do a part two. Please comment, please reach out to us either on my handle or any one of our handles with recommendations of black t-shirts. If you're brand owners, if you know of any sustainable brands, we would love to discover more stuff.
Yeah.
And some good larger fits, guys.
Yeah, everything we have thin to large. I think there are problems on either
Both
spectrum.
sides, yeah. Both
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Great.
Oh, one more faux pas. polo, if you're ever wearing a black polo and if you're wearing joggers, that's just very, very odd.
I can't picture
Guys
that.
have been under very it's strange people.
Yeah, no,
So
I
many
mean, I
fofas are-
have seen people doing that, and
Yeah.
it feels like
I'm definitely on the lookout for black t-shirts. I will ask them where they
Mm.
get from. So yeah.
You pointed out to them saying that, hey, this doesn't work.
I mean, depending on how well you know them, yes.
Yeah.
All right, great. I think we have run into quite a lot of time discussing black t-shirts.
I'm surprised though.
Thank you, gentlemen, for being on the podcast. I
Thank
shall
you.
see you
Thank
all
you for
in
having
office.
us.
I
thank you for
shall
having us.
see you all in office
We
very
need
soon.
a Swami t-shirt.
It's
in black.
in the works.
Depends.
Krishna will figure that.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Okay,
Right.
thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.